Hello explorers, this is Darren and thank you for watching my video. So I want to start off by saying a huge thank you to everybody that has watched, liked, shared, commented on my videos that I've published so far. Thank you so much for that. So yes, today I'm indoors. This is my living room. And the reason for this is that later today, unfortunately, I'm working when normally I would be out exploring. And tomorrow, I'm going on a fun coach trip down to London. Yeah, I decided very spontaneous last night to book a coach seat, book a cheap hotel in central London and go exploring there for 24 hours. So I'm going to be uploading all of that footage next Sunday. So as the title of this video says, why am I quitting my job to travel? And it's not a decision that I made lightly. I've been thinking about this for the last, I would say, probably 5 years. But it's only within the last 3 years that I've been saving up for this occasion. And it's a big life changer. It's not a decision that you should just run out and make. You need to put some thought and time and planning into a decision like this. And the problem is I've been working for the same organisation, which has gone very dark all of a sudden. For the last 24 years I've been working for the same organisation, and I've climbed up the career ladder and I've kind of become fed up of the 9 to 5 routine and living for the weekend. So I've decided to make some rather big changes to my life, and I'm hoping that these changes are going to be for the better. I must admit, some mornings I wake up and I'm very nervous and think, am I making the right decision? But then I get to work, sit down at my desk and look out the window and realise that I want more than this. I want more than this from my life. I want to enjoy it more. I want to have more fun. And travelling is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. So where am I going on this big adventure? Well, I'm going to be starting off in Thailand, flying from London Heathrow around middle of January 2015. And from Thailand, I'm going to be travelling through Thailand, spending some time in Bangkok, getting over the jet lag and just admiring the local culture. Then I'm going to be travelling by train through Thailand to Malaysia, spend a little bit of time in Kuala Lumpur, and then travel down to Singapore, spend some time in Singapore, which looks absolutely fantastic, and then get a flight over to Hong Kong, spend some time in Hong Kong. Now, depending on my budget, I would like to try and get a cheap flight to either South Korea or Beijing. But it depends on my budget and how much it's going to cost for that. From Hong Kong, I want to go to Melbourne and spend a bit of time in Melbourne and around that kind of area. Not travel too far because I've been to Sydney, I've been up the East Coast, up to Cairns and Port Douglas. And then I'm going to be flying over to New Zealand. Now at this point I'm not sure if I'm going to be in Christchurch or Wellington. My brother's moved out there quite recently, so I'm kind of waiting to find out where he settles before making that decision. Then from New Zealand I'm flying over to Los Angeles. I want to spend some time on the West Coast, so San Francisco, Las Vegas. Then I'm a bit undecided. I'm either going to fly to New York or get a series of buses and coaches to New York. I kind of need to plan that out. And depending on my budget, I might take a short trip to Toronto and the Niagara Falls. And then it'll be back to the UK. Now, the good thing about this ticket's a round the world ticket that I'm buying. And it's quite flexible up to a year. So for example, if I decide to stay in New York for another 2 months, then I can do that, providing obviously it's within my visa conditions. So that's where I'm planning to go. I'm mega excited, but also a little bit nervous. There's so much to plan, and yeah, it's different, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Now, what I also need to do, one of my goals is to be much more healthier, live a healthier life. I'm going to be trying to be healthy while I'm travelling, and also the months leading up to the start of my travels. As I mentioned in my last video, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which is fine the fact that I can take medication for that, but I still need to look after myself. I'm trying to lose some weight, I'm trying to lose at least a stone before I go, which is not impossible. It's not impossible at all. So that's my video for today. In the comments section, what I want you to tell me is, where would you travel to if you could travel to anywhere in the world? And I want to know why you would travel to that place. So leave your answers in the comments. Follow me on Twitter because I'm travelling to London and you'll see the Queen and the corgis and that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back again next Sunday with another video.